The final countdown has begun, and this is where the excitement truly starts. This is where I thrive. There's so much to share, and we're ready to make our mark. Jake is in excellent shape. His mind is fully locked in and completely focused on the task ahead. Everyone involved is eagerly anticipating what's to come. Jake Paul is fully immersed in an intense heavyweight training camp in Miami as he prepares for his December 19th clash with Anthony Joshua. He has brought in elite sparring partners to match Joshua's size and power, while collaborating closely with top-tier coaches. His regimen incorporates specialized therapists and advanced training tools to maximize strength, speed, and strategic precision. Each session is designed to refine technique, enhance endurance, and build mental toughness, ensuring that Paul approaches the fight with unwavering focus and determination, ready to face the toughest challenge of his career.
Much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight, on top of releasing the new brand W, and so he needed a break, and so we took a month off, got right back in there, and now we're getting ready for Mike, and we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's gonna be ready to fight Mike. I think in the last 6 weeks, you've seen Jake slowly tighten himself up and get himself prepared, and he's really locked in now. So what we've been able to see is Jake evolve into the gladiator. He's slowly evolving into the gladiator that he has to become for fight night. About time he finishes the camp and goes through everything he needs to go through, by that night he'll be fully prepared. His outer shell that he needs to be able to go in there and be the gladiator for the night, he'll have that ready, and that's what you see happening now. That's the process in which we're in.
Jake Paul's training camp ahead of his bout with Anthony Joshua showcases a level of dedication that few can truly comprehend. According to his coach, much of Jake's effort and sacrifice goes unseen. Endless hours in the gym, intense conditioning sessions, and meticulous attention to every detail of his technique form a grind that fans rarely witness. His coach stresses that the public often underestimates the preparation required to compete at the highest level, especially against a fighter of Joshua's caliber. Jake's commitment is absolute. Physical fatigue and mental strain are constant companions in his daily routine, yet he pushes through every session with relentless determination, displaying a seriousness that goes far beyond mere spectacle.
Built for this shit. Enjoy the process, enjoy the moment. When it's over, I'm gonna be missing these moments.
145.
Every aspect of Jake Paul's training is focused on a single objective: victory against a proven former champion. Analysts highlight that his mental preparation is just as crucial as his physical conditioning. He visualizes every possible scenario, anticipates challenges, and structures his sessions to build confidence while addressing weaknesses. This mental training allows him to stay composed under pressure and execute strategies flawlessly when it matters most. Paul's psychological readiness reflects a maturity honed through successive fights, proving that he is more than a social media celebrity turned boxer.
Jake Paul, when that was, how much sparring you did with him.
So training with Jake Paul, I got to understand how he was as a fighter. He was new into the boxes. You know, he was developing at a very quick rate. This guy trained his ass off. Like, we would spar twice a week in the hot-ass gym in Puerto Rico. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Dude, when I tell you Jake was beating up all these professional boxers who was sparring them, it was just one of those, like, bro, he was whooping their ass and sending them home. That same night, he told everybody bluntly, I'm sending you, and home. Only person thinks he's this guy Anthony. And he was like, the reason why, because this motherfucker's coming here and giving me work that I need. None of y'all feeding me the work y'all need.
Sparring partners are a vital part of Jake Paul's preparation. According to his team, Paul has consistently tested himself against seasoned boxers, sometimes defeating them decisively to demonstrate the gap in skill and determination. Now, with Anthony Joshua looming as his next opponent, He faces the first challenge in training that truly matches the size and power he will encounter in the ring. Sparring partners note that this is precisely what Jake seeks. An opponent who pushes him to his limits, forcing him to adapt and refine his strategies. These sessions allow him to practice responses under pressure, sharpen defensive techniques, and experiment with offensive combinations that could prove decisive against a heavyweight of Joshua's caliber.
Great strength training for explosive power, slamming that ball against the wall and rotating, just like you'd be throwing a hook. You see there, he's caught it, he's pulled it back, turning into it, boom. We also see he's getting in the ice bath here. Now, ice baths is not just good for recovery, helping with the inflammation in your body after what you've been putting it through, but it's also good for the mental side of things. Because when you go in an ice bath, everything in your mind is saying, get out of here, what are you doing? So you've got to get past that part of your mind that's telling you that and push through it. So it's great for your mindset as well. Now, one more thing I just want to add with Jake Paul's training before I give you a recap on it. We always see him training. Look, he's got like a group of people around him. There's cameramen there, there's coaches there, all spurring him on. Now, boxing is normally a very lonely sport. When you're in the gym, it's normally you and your coach. Unless you're dealing with a group of people, it's harder for you to get the one-on-one attention that you need. So when you're fighting as a pro, when I was fighting as a pro, it was often just me and my coach. Sometimes there will be another guy in there as well. Sometimes my dad would come, which really helped push me through the session. But when my friends did ever come, maybe one session here and there, that spurred me on even more to get the most out of us. As we see here, he's got people around him all the time. Cameramen, coaches, friends, strength and conditioning coaches, his boxing coach, and he's just his full team around him who's getting paid. What that does is help the fighter, in this case Jake, get more out of the sessions rather than being there by himself, which I think is great. When I was training for the Olympics, we had that sort of support around us and it was amazing. But when I turned pro, that went out the window because you've got to pay for that support. So now my final thoughts on Jake Paul's boxing training. There isn't anything I can pull apart here. Everything he's doing.
Respected boxing trainer Tony Jeff highlights the extraordinary intensity of Jake Paul's current camp. He stresses that this is far from a standard training regimen. Rather, it mirrors the preparation typically reserved for Olympic-level athletes. Paul utilizes cutting-edge equipment, specialized conditioning techniques, and personalized coaching that targets every aspect of performance. The camp is designed to develop not only physical strength but also speed, endurance, and technical precision, offering a comprehensive approach to elite-level boxing preparation. Jeff points out that this regimen allows Paul to adapt quickly to new challenges and maintain a competitive edge from the opening bell. Unlike traditional boxing camps that often emphasize a single aspect of performance, Paul's program ensures he is well-rounded and ready to face the multifaceted challenges posed by a fighter of Joshua's caliber. The sophistication and intensity of this training environment underscore Paul's unwavering commitment to achieving success at the highest level.
Well, but he's actively like, yes, I am going to knock out AJ. And in any other timeline, we'd all point and laugh. And some people still are pointing and laughing, but I'm just sitting here going, what has he seen that makes him believe that? Not only of what's happened to AJ, sure, he's been knocked out by Daniel Dubois, another 240-pound champion of the world, but what has he seen in himself that makes him think he's going to knock out AJ when he hasn't knocked out anyone since Mike Perry? And Mike Perry, as we know, is not a high-level boxer. He hasn't knocked out a high-level boxer. He could hurt Julio Cesar Chavez, but Chavez knew to cover up and not engage. Maybe he thinks AJ will engage with him, and AJ does do some bad things in the pocket. Again, we'll save it for another video, but the only thing I can think of, and I said it at the beginning of this video, is Jake is absolutely delusional, and he's convinced himself of what's going to happen based on very outlying data, right? The Daniel Dubois knockout, how he struggled with Usyk.
Hey, who are you fighting, when, and why?
I'm fighting Anthony Joshua because I'm fucking him. What? I'm fighting Anthony Joshua because I'm him.
Holy shit, just let me take a second. Is this motherfucker out of
Dude, it's light work. Light work. Well, at least my good old friend Tyson Fury believes that I can win.
If Jake Paul fights Anthony Joshua, I'm putting £1 million on Jake Paul. I want some free money.
Smart man, Tyson.
I need to see a bet slip, Tyson. I know you got it like that these days. $1 million's like a, like a slight 10,000 to the rest of us, or maybe 1,000 after those couple of title fights with Alexander Usyk. But I need to see the bet slip. I saw the line when, and this is kind of crazy, I saw the line when the fight first got made, and we put it in the video. Jake was plus 800 to win. Jake has now moved to plus 650 to win. That's outright. I don't know by knockout, I'm not sure, but plus 800 was already like, okay, that's, you know, that's a big underdog. And Joshua was like minus 1,500, but now Joshua's at minus 1,250 and Jake's at plus 650. This line is closing, and I'm wondering why. What are people seeing?
Make no mistake, this is the biggest fight of my career. I'm walking into the lion's den. I'm doing something that no one else has ever done before. I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Anthony Joshua Friday, December 19th, live on Netflix. My voice cracked, I'm still going through puberty. The biggest fight of 2025, USA versus UK. He's got the belts, the size, the history, but I have the balls. Be careful what you wish for. Jake versus Joshua, Judgment Day. He has a 90% knockout ratio, but I have a 100% chance of drinking this Celsius.
Okay, there we go. Ads only. Yeah, I mean, having balls is good when it comes to making a fight like this, when it comes to, you know, putting yourself out there and again, just operating on self-belief, but it isn't going to win Jake this fight. Him being ballsy is not going to win him this fight. Like, him making the decision to take this fight is ballsy. And we can all say it, and we have said it, and I feel like it's starting to become a thing where it's like, that's the only thing we're saying. I feel like everybody is just pointing out that Jake has big balls for doing this, and that's a ballsy move. And that's correct, but we established that already. So now let's talk about the fight itself. What about Jake's ballsiness is going to win him this fight? The fact that he wants to throw, the fact that he'll mix it up, that may be the worst thing that Jake could do, is mix it up with Anthony Joshua, because again, you get into 50-50s with a guy that can crack like he can, 90% finish rate. He'll put you on the canvas. He's done it to so many other heavyweights. And yes, AJ sometimes is the one that gets clipped in exchanges like that, with the left hook especially, but we'll do a more...
Veteran boxing analyst Dan Rafael has observed significant growth in Jake Paul's skills since his bout with Tommy Fury. He highlights notable improvements in technique, stamina, and tactical awareness, noting that Paul has developed a more nuanced understanding of in-ring dynamic. Yet, Rafael cautions that despite these advancements, the challenge presented by Anthony Joshua remains formidable. Paul's progress demonstrates his ability to learn and evolve, but the upcoming fight will test how effectively he can apply these lessons under intense pressure. Rafael's analysis strikes a balance between optimism and realism. While Paul has clearly advanced as a fighter, facing a former unified champion demands flawless execution and strategic precision. The host of the Wade concept adds a psychological perspective, warning against overconfidence. While self-belief is essential in combat sports, there is a fine line where confidence can tip into denial. Analysts note that Paul risks relying too heavily on faith in his own abilities, potentially underestimating Joshua's experience and power. Entering the ring with delusion, they stress, can be dangerous, underscoring the critical importance of pairing confidence with realistic, disciplined preparation.
Fake Paul is not a step in the direction of becoming world champion again. There's many people who could box. He's not going to make that kind of money, so let's just be honest with anybody else. So let's just be straight up honest about it. He's doing it all for the money. It's all about the money. I did say a year ago, when he got splattered by Daniel Dubois, that he's finished in boxing, he needs to retire. That's just my opinion, that's just my truth. I think he's done in heavyweight boxing at an elite competitive level. So that makes sense. I've been vindicated. He's now fighting Fake Paul in what will be a massive mismatch. If this is correct, and it's 10-ounce gloves in a professional boxing rules, 8 3-minute rounds, it's not going to go 2 rounds, is it? It shouldn't do. It shouldn't last a round. But we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? It's hard to get your head around. It's hard to know what to say about this. AJ's obviously excited about it, about making some serious bunts. And Jake Paul's telling us that he's going to shut all the haters up by jumping in there with AJ. So what is actually going off? We're not going to know, are we, until the fight actually, till the first bell goes. We're not going to know what's actually behind all this. And we can't start throwing accusations of any sort of skullduggery going off, because we've got to take it at face value. It's not an exhibition, so nothing's pre-scripted. This is a professional boxing match that you can make bets on. So it's got to be a real fight. And if AJ goes in there with them little 10-ounce gloves on and throws the Ngannou 1-2 down the middle, I'm talking about the one that rendered Ngannou unconscious and almost snapped his leg. And Ngannou's a decent fighter in the cage. You know, he's a good MMA fighter, and you saw him, he took Tyson Fury, what did it take him, 8, 9, was it 10 rounds? Can't remember how long it was, but it took him the distance and lost a close decision. So he's quite capable, but AJ's a big punching heavyweight.
Former champion Carl Froch underscores the high stakes for both fighters. For Joshua, his legacy hangs in the balance, with any misstep likely to draw intense scrutiny from fans and the media. For Paul, his rising profile depends on demonstrating that he can take on a legitimate professional challenge and earn credibility among boxing purists. Froch frames the matchup as a pivotal moment for both athletes, a crossroads where reputation, skill, and career trajectory intersect. He emphasizes that the fight is more than a physical contest. It is a test of consistency, composure, and the ability to perform under immense pressure. The implications go beyond a single bout, shaping long-term perceptions of both fighters and their standing within the sport.
Cash, maybe not as much as the Anthony Joshua fight, but a lot of cash, and can still have a serious chance of going on to earn even more paydays. Whereas the damage that it could do to his body could be irreversible for that opportunity to earn money in a boxing career going forward. So is this the retirement bag, or do you actually think you can win? Because I read a study recently, and I believe it said something along the lines of men overemphasize or overcalculate their ability to fight by about 500 times. And I'm saying Jake Paul would probably need to be 500 times better to stand a chance against Anthony Joshua. And I can't get how he doesn't already know this. Surely he has sparred with heavyweights. Surely the recent sparring that he had with the likes of Shakur Stevenson and with the likes of Ray Ford, amongst others, Badu Jack, surely that would have taught you that there are levels to boxing. And if these small guys are able to show you things that you had no idea that you were vulnerable to in a boxing ring, what happens when someone who hits 4, 5, 6 times as hard as that does the exact same thing to you and lands it on your chin? The whole reason of why I know where I am in the influencer boxing scene, in the misfit scene, is because of the level that I have sparred at. I've sparred boys that have gone on to box for world titles. I've sparred with English champions, and I've sparred with
boxing analyst Joey Knight highlights the commercial considerations behind Jake Paul's choice of opponent. According to Knight, Paul understands that high-profile bouts generate immense global attention and financial reward. Facing a celebrated former champion like Anthony Joshua guarantees media coverage, audience engagement, and revenue at a scale rarely available to fighters at his stage. This strategic approach complements Paul's physical and mental preparation, reflecting a holistic understanding of career growth that balances athletic ambition with business acumen. Knight emphasizes that modern boxing extends beyond in-ring performance. Strategic decisions about opponents, timing, and publicity play a crucial role in shaping a fighter's trajectory, with financial outcomes often influencing choices alongside competitive goals.
Jake and Logan, first of all, are fantastic athletes. You know what Logan does with the WWE and what Jake does with boxing. He knocks people out and everything. And they both have massive fan bases, and for me it's great to see people get young people that follow them that didn't have they don't remember Ali or Joe Frazier or whatever. It's not in their wheelhouse, so it's great to see them developing fight fans and a big fight out.
Legendary ring announcer Michael Buffer highlights the cultural impact of the Paul brothers on modern boxing. He notes that Jake and Logan Paul have successfully drawn a younger audience to the sport, generating excitement and cultivating a new generation of fans. Buffer praises their ability to craft compelling narratives, build anticipation, and attract widespread viewership. By combining athletic performance with media presence, the Paul brothers have contributed to boxing's renewed visibility, showing the power of strategic branding alongside skill in the ring. Buffer adds, Jake and Logan are fantastic athletes. Logan with WWE and Jake in boxing. They both deliver knockout performances and have massive fan bases. For me, it's amazing to see young people following them, especially those who didn't grow up watching legends like Ali or Joe Frazier. They're developing new fight fans and creating a big fight atmosphere, which is very exciting.